So if you've just purchased a Sony ZV-1 and you want to know what some of the top accessories I recommend for this camera are, stay tuned. Hey there, welcome to the channel. I'm Mark Brown from Editor's Keys, and in this pretty short video, I'm going to go over some of the top accessories that I've purchased myself for the Sony ZV-1, which I think helps you get the best footage from this camera. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the first one is something that's actually included in the box, but I notice a few people kind of miss this out. They leave this in the box, but it's just a little furry dead cat that comes in the box. You can just slide it onto the camera like so, and this will really help prevent wind noise. So because the camera is so small, I just leave this on all the time and leave it on whilst it's in my bag. So whilst the inbuilt microphone of the ZV-1 is actually pretty good, you know, we all want better audio, and what I recommend is the Rode Wireless Go system. This is actually what I'm using to talk to you right now, and I love these because they're just two small tiny little packs. One actually has a microphone built into it, so you can attach this to your shirt, and then the other one attaches directly to the top of the camera and just plugs in directly to the ZV-1. You can then attach a lavalier microphone. This is a Sennheiser lavalier, and it just works absolutely fantastically. The range is great, the audio quality is fantastic, and it's perfect for your vlogs. Next, this is something I always keep in my bag. This is the Lansi, I think this is the company's name, Lansi handheld tripod. Now you can essentially plop this onto the bottom of your ZV-1 like so, and then you've got a nice handy mount for kind of more steady shots. But it's got a couple of tricks up its sleeve. The first one is that these turn into a little tripod. So if you're filming on the go and you're in a coffee shop, you can stand that up. You can do time lapses with it and things like that. But there's more. This actually pulls all the way out, so you've got variable heights like so. So if you don't want to take a full tripod with you on the go, but you're maybe vlogging from an airport or on your travels, you can stick this on a table and it works at table height. And then when you close this back down, this will give you wider angle of shots, because even though this is a fairly wide angle lens built into the ZV-1, it's not super wide like a 16mm. So this, with your arm stretched out, you can bend the camera down and it gives you another foot or maybe like 35 centimeters more distance away from your head. And that really gives you a much wider field of view when you're filming your vlogs. Now, next up is batteries. I think this is a must-have accessory because when you get the camera, you'll notice how small these batteries are. And I get around 50 minutes to 1 hour of recording time. And it's really not enough for some of the things we do. I mean, I mess up so many times that I need about 2 hours to do the amount of takes that I need to do. So I recommend this battery pack. It comes with 2 batteries and a charger for under $25, and it's actually a higher capacity than the original Sony battery, so that's pretty cool. I'll put a link in the description below for that, and I think that's a must-have accessory. Probably out of everything else within this video, that is the must-have. So the next level up from something like this is of course a gimbal. Now the stabilization in the ZV-1 isn't great. It's okay, and you know, I would use it for most videos, but I think sometimes when you want to get that cinematic look, or if you want your shots just to be much more professional, you will need a gimbal. And I think this is one of the best on the market for a camera like this. This is the Zhiyun Crane M2, and I love it because it's so small. A lot of gimbals are super large and super heavy. This weighs just 500 grams, and you know, it's not much bigger than just a handheld tripod arm like this. And this means you get some seriously steady shots on your Sony ZV-1, and you can just throw this almost into your pocket or definitely into your bag, and it's just the perfect match for the ZV-1. So yeah, I love this. Next up, it's this little hand tie from JJC. Now, when I got the ZV-1, I was quite surprised there was no kind of loop in the box. And I think in some regions they do supply this, but certainly in the UK here, they do not supply this. Now, I got this one because it has a very thin piece of thread that is very, very strong. This will not break, but you need a thinner one to fit through the tiny little gap here on the side of the ZV-1. It's elasticated, it fits around your arm, and it just means if you let go of the camera, you know, it's not going to drop, it's not going to smash, which is absolutely fantastic. And then it also has a little clip here, so if you want to take it off, you've got your camera just the way it was. Next up is SD cards. Now this is the SanDisk Extreme Pro SD card. And it's really important, I think, to spend good money on an SD card. You know, they're not that expensive anymore, and you won't need to keep buying them. It's not something you'll need to buy every month. So you want to make sure you get a good one with high capacity and a fast read and write speed. This one has 170 megabytes per second, so it's not going to struggle with any of your 4K footage. And it has 128 gigabytes of memory, so you can film for about 3 hours in 4K on this. Next up is this. Now you're thinking, what is this dongle thing he's got in his hands? Well, this enables you to turn your Sony ZV-1 into a webcam. All you need is this and an HDMI cable, and you've got a really high quality webcam for your Zoom, Skype, or FaceTime calls. So I'm going to show you exactly how this works in another video. I'll put the link up here or in the description below. But I'll give you a link to this because this is absolutely fantastic. I now use the ZV-1 as my main webcam because I've got a MacBook Pro and that webcam is absolutely rubbish. Then we've got cases for the ZV-1. Now, I haven't found a perfect case, but these two are pretty good. This one is like a little neoprene case, so this is good if I just want a little bit of protection so I can chuck this in my bag or just have it within my hand and I don't want the camera to get scratched. You know what it's like when you're out on the road. The second one is a much harder case, and this is great protection if you want to include your camera into like a carry-on luggage case onto a flight. This will just stop your camera getting bashed up, but it is a bit big. I mean, this is designed for the ZV-1, but it's really far too big. When your camera is turned off, the lens isn't out, so I don't know why they designed it like this, but I'll put a link to both of these in the description below. So there we go, they are my top accessories that I use on a daily basis with my Sony ZV-1. Have you found any little tips, tricks, or accessories for your ZV-1? Let me know in the comments section below, and I'll see you in the next video.